Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault, and once again I'm coming to you with another field strip video, and this one is really interesting, especially if you are fascinated by the mechanics of firearms. I recently did a range report on the Smith Wesson M&P 5.7, and I talked about how this has a very unique operation in that it has a rotating barrel which moves in a barrel sleeve and also has a gas delay function built into the barrel. So we have a lot going on in this gun. So I kind of thought it would be great to do another field strip video on this because it's such a different firearm. So as always, let's go ahead and drop the magazine, ensure that there is no ammunition there. Looks like we are clear. Then of course we will visually inspect the chamber. We will make sure that there is no ammunition in there at all. It looks like we are safe. And so to begin the field stripping process, we're going to have to pull the slide back to a disassembly notch. It's this little one right here. You need to come back about 1/4 of an inch. It's very much like taking apart a 1911. So that notch has to line up with the pin that goes through the frame. Once that is lined up, you can go to the other side of the pistol, and you're going to need a small punch, and you can push out the center of this pin. Just like that, and there is your slide stop on the left side of the gun. The one on the right stays in the firearm. And then all you have to do is let the slide come forward. There is your receiver or your frame. We'll set that aside. And here's the interesting part of the gun. Like most pistols, we'll go ahead and take the recoil spring assembly out. It is captive. And to get the barrel out, you're going to have to rotate it a little bit because there are locking lugs up here. So you just can't simply pull it out. You have to rotate it just like that. Then we can pull it out. But we also need to take off the thread protector up front on the shroud or the sleeve. So here we go. Once it is rotated out of the way, we can then remove it just like that. Here is your slide, and then to get the barrel out of the sleeve, you have to rotate it. There's a camming surface here on the bottom, so it comes out just like that. Then you can pull the barrel out, and Smith & Wesson calls this the tempo barrel system. As you can see, we do have some gas rings in here, and there is the little port for the gas to go up into that sleeve. So it's rotating bolt and gas delay. And as you can see, this thing gets pretty dirty. Guns that use this system often do. So since I just got this back from the range, it's time to clean this thing up. So let me do that now, and then we're going to put it back together. So we have this pistol all cleaned up, ready to be put back together, and I just want to say this is my first time ever taking one of these apart and cleaning it, and I'm really surprised with how clean the gun runs. It really does get a lot of carbon buildup, however, on the barrel and inside of the barrel sleeve, which is to be expected because of that gas port, but the slide and the frame, for the most part, was really clean. So just because of the operation, it's a very clean running firearm. All right, let's go ahead and reassemble this. We'll start by putting the barrel into the barrel sleeve. Make sure that the camming surface gets a little bit of oil on it. We'll insert it like this. Make sure that cam lug is in the downward position. It can go into that groove just like that. Then we're going to insert the barrel assembly into the slide. And remember, when we took this out, it had to be rotated a little bit. Make sure that this ledge right here is facing away from the slide. We'll insert the barrel at an angle, put it in, and then we can rotate it into place just like that. So as you can see, it has that rotating barrel lug right there, and make sure that goes all the way into that groove. Then we'll take the recoil spring assembly and insert it like you normally would in any pistol. And here's something to be mindful of. Make sure that because this barrel can rotate, that when you put it back together, it's in there straight. It will make putting it back onto the frame a little bit easier. So just kind of eyeball that and make sure it is as even as possible. Then we will take the frame, put the slide on it, and we're going to have to pull it back to that 1/4 length on the slide where the notch and the pinhole are going to line up. So we'll hold the slide right there. We will push the slide stop through. It should lock into place. Then we can slowly release the slide, and it looks like we're back together. We will put back on the thread protector, and then we can insert the magazine, and then we will function test the firearm. So the slide locks back, we can close the slide, pull the trigger, and we are good. So that is a complete field strip and reassembly of a Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7. What a mechanically interesting gun. It is like nothing else on the market. This thing is really fascinating, and if you like the mechanics of firearms, you gotta love it. So I hope this video helps somebody in the future. So, as always, thanks for watching.